I mean, as far as a guy in a fucking suit, it's probably in 1980, probably the best in that fucking era for a guy in a suit. Like
yeah,
the
sure.
effects. Really good.
I can't think of a whole lot of other
always
man in a rubber suit creature movies.
Yeah,
from the
they're
early
always
80s, so.
slimy. They look like they just really came out of a bog or something.
Yeah, they just look kind of gross.
Yeah.
They look cooler than Swamp Thing.
Oh, yeah.
That's funny. I was like, will you pack that bowl? And he's just smoking it himself.
It's not empty yet. I have to empty the old one before I can pack a new one.
Well, I'll smoke off the old one.
It was too hard for you to hit. You really couldn't do it very well.
I shouldn't be smoking anyways.
And this is where they attack during the festival. Right?
Yeah, then it cuts to like the big grand finale where the monsters burst through the dock and attack the salmon carnival. There's a lot of cool gore in that. There's like a decapitation. There's the DJ guy that's at the carnival gets his chest ripped open, and there's a lot of exposed rib and blood.
Yeah, that looked really cool.
I think it's funny, like 5 minutes into that climactic part of the movie, people are still running around passing fucking shit 5 minutes later. Like, why are you still running? Why didn't you leave 5 minutes ago? I don't know.
Yeah, it doesn't empty out. It's like there are people
weird.
there much longer than you would expect to be.
Were they just in shock and just looking? I don't know.
Or they just tried to run away and they got blocked off by creatures that had to go a different route, maybe?
Maybe they're just running in circles. Yeah, you're probably right.
Just kind of another one of those not so well thought out plot points. You know?
The director should run it. Shouldn't these people be out of here by now?
I actually, I posted in the Nutter group that I mod for that I was watching this movie, and one of the guys in the group commented that like a distant relative of his wrote the screenplay for it.
Oh, yeah.
And that it like launched his writing career. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's pretty neat, actually.
Nepotism. Go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. Yeah, then McClure's girlfriend is like at home alone or whatever, and the creatures break in to attack her, and she stabs one to death, and that has a lot of cool gore too. Like its chest and stomach are all ripped open and stuff. And basically, after that, the coolest scene is the grand finale, the birth. Like after the attack.
Yeah.
I forget which. It may have been the first girl that was raped when her boyfriend gets his face ripped
what was
off.
it? I even know her name. I forgot what it was. Never mind.
And she, it's, you know, it's.
He's like,
kind
"Where's
of,
my wife?" And then like we took her to the hospital.
Yeah, it kind of predates The Fly and a couple of other things in terms of like horrific childbirth scenes or whatever.
Alien was what?
79.
Yeah, it was before that.
Yeah, so I mean, the alien chest burst scene predates it, but it's very reminiscent of that creature coming through.
You know what's really cool is like instead of just a prosthetic over the stomach in one shot, it was the entire body, like the face and everything was fake.
Right.
And then they could have just used their actress with a prosthetic on her stomach, but they made a whole fucking mold of the fucking person unnecessarily.
Yeah, I mean, Tom Savini would have just like dropped her down through a fucking hole in the table and built a fake body around her.
Yeah.
But what can you do?
Yeah, that was definitely an awesome little scene, though, with her giving birth to that.
Yeah, that's it was a really cool fucking cherry on the sundae, for sure.
Which would make you think there's Humanoids from the Deep Part 2.
I would love to see a sequel.
There was a
to that.
remake of it.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, there was.
But it's, like, terrible.
I tried, yeah, because when I added to my queue, I saw another one.
Yeah.
I didn't want to watch that.
I had no idea.
Corman was involved, even. It's not good. But this one is really good. It has a cool cast.
It was shockingly good.
Yeah, Doug McClure is always fucking cool. Vic Morrow was always cool.
Was
always cool.
Jonathan Landis.
Was this your first time watching it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Nice.
Well,
I've seen it like in video stores growing up, but I never.
Yeah, that cover is very iconic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it like when it first came out on DVD. I hadn't seen it before that point, but that was like at the dawn of DVD. It was really early on, so.
Yeah, I think I watched it probably about 8 years ago. I found it on cable.
Review?
Score time.
You picked it. You go first.
Yeah. I'm going to give this one give this one and what? This isn't dead
You
air.
do this every time.
Oh, I never really think about my score beforehand, honestly.
Yeah, but you're like so thought out with your scores that you want to redo your scores from last fucking
I do.
episode.
I feel stupid about a lot of my old
It
scores.
seems like you'd be spot on because the amount of time you take to fucking think about your score.
Shut your sexy mouth.
As a compliment, I will. Thank you.
I'll give it an 8.
Oh wow.
I like it a lot. It's got a lot of cool gore. The creatures are cool. Actors in it that I like. Lots of boobies. Cool story. Even though it is like, lots of plot holes, big enough to throw a cat through. What are you gonna do?
Plot hole bigger than Scott's butthole.
Ooh boy, that's pretty damn big.
Big
He's got
hole.
shingles in it too.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so I'll give it an 8.
Fuck. I mean, since Scott did a lot of work and listened to our old podcast and did the scores and stuff, I noticed I gave a lot of 7s. So I don't want to do that.
And it is funny. I meant to bring this up to you through our chat, but you were a couple times just recently. You're like, I'll give this a 9. I've only given a couple things a 9, and then I go back and I found 7 or 8 9s that you've given.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know.
Scott likes everything too much.
Oh, that was Ken.
I think
Oh. Ken likes everything too much.
no, I don't. Fucking subconscious cruelty.
Yeah.
I listened.
you guys are dumb.
I listened to that again because I saw the scores. I gotta hear what, dude. If you go back and listen to that thing, me and Randy are at each other's throats the whole time, and I keep interrupting his fucking when he's talking about his movie. It's so funny. I don't know. It might have been my best moment. I don't have very many.
You're a sad man.
I'm gonna give this a 7.75.
Right.
And write these down so we ain't gotta fucking backtrack.
Good idea.
And the fucking the creature effects were fucking pretty cool, and there's some really cool underwater shots too.
Yeah.
We were talking about that before. We like underwater or water based fucking horror movies.
And there just aren't enough good ones, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And that appeals to me in a personal level because
You like to swim?
I don't like open water. Open water freaks me out.
Oh, the movie? That movie freaked you out?
No, the
Oh.
concept of being
Oh.
out on the water and not being able to see the land, the shore.
That was a valid question that I had. Don't look at me like that. You said you didn't like open water, or it freaks you out.
In the movie Open Water, there is a scene where they show the lead girl's vagina for no reason whatsoever. That was kinda
Underwater?
cool. No, just in the hotel room the day before they
There's
go.
nothing wrong with that.
And I just remember being like, "What? That was gratuitous." Okay.
What's wrong with gratuity? You love that.
No, I
shit.
do, but it was just so out of place.
No, it was the girl that asked to do that
Maybe.
for sure. With that
Scott, what do you
that
score
hot
it?
vagina.
Yeah, pretty much. I agree with everything you guys have said. I like the super.
Oh no, I didn't finish, but
Oh.
I would make it an 8 if there's one black dude. But go ahead.
Oh,
But yeah, I like it because it's sleazy. It's
No diversity.
well,
there's a Native American.
which by the way,
They
that
called
Native
Indian.
American Tonto. Of all the fucking
Yeah,
names, they
that's-
chose
shut up.
Tonto.
That is
That guy's name. That's his character's name.
Yeah,
No.
that is-
Yeah.
See,
Tonto?
I told you.
yeah.
Holy God.
Maybe that's why they switched directors because the first one was racist.
All right, I don't want any black people on my
We're
side.
gonna call them Indians and not natives.
Hey,
And, we're gonna-
Tonto.
and fucking, we tried to cast Toby, but he's too black. All right, go ahead, Scott.
But yeah, pretty much I agree with you guys. This is just a really fun, just sleazy, gory creature feature that's got some really cool shots. The monsters look cool. Originally I was going to give it a 7.25, but talking about it, it's upped it to a 7.75.
There you go. No, I don't want to do that.
Don't want to do what?
When someone says their score, I'm like, there you go, or whatever. I always do that.
Good job, bud. Good
Editing.
choice.
That's my first fucking fuck up in the whole podcast. You had a lot of dead air. And that's 7.75 with 7.75 and an 8. All right.
On to our next movie.
On to our next film. There you go, Scott.
All right, the next film is The Blob from 1988, which is a remake.
I'm sorry. That's so funny. I forgot even what we were talking about, and when you said The Blob, I'm glad.
Yeah.
After watching Rawhead Rex.
Yeah, after watching Rawhead Rex, this is a masterpiece, even though I still think it's pretty much that anyways.
Yeah, it would be regardless.
Directed by Chuck Russell, which I forgot to
Dream
write.
Warriors fame.
Okay,
Yep.
there we go.
Yep.
Dream Warriors. Starring Kevin Dillon's mullet from Entourage
good
and The
call.
Doors and
Good call.
Platoon. Shawnee Smith from the Saw series and The Stand.
The Stand. She was so hot in The Stand.
Oh God, yes she is.
Yeah.
She was hot in this.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got no skin, no sluttiness.
Well, you get to see her in a nice skimpy cheerleading outfit. Well, somewhat.
I
Skimpy.
wasn't looking perv.
I was, but Donovan Leitch, which I'm not sure what he was from, but I wrote it down because he was like in the top credits.
Well, there's a bunch of big names in the ancillary characters here.
And then Jeffrey
Jeffrey
Dahmer,
DeMunn
Jeffrey
is
DeMunn.
one of my faves.
Walking Dead fame and The Mist and all of other
like
Frank Darabont
all
stuff.
of Darabont stuff. Not to
Yep.
mention Citizen X.
Yeah.
Then music by Michael Hoenig.
Well, there are a lot of like Paul McCrane is in it from
Oh.
RoboCop.
Oh, he is, isn't he?
Yeah, Jack Nance is in it for like a hot second. The guy from Eraserhead and a bunch of other David Lynch stuff. He plays the doctor in the ER. Candy Clark's in it. Erica Eleniak is in it when she's really young, and Bill Moseley's in it for a hot second.
That was her
Really?
that was her Playboy years.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Where was Bill Moseley?
He was in the sewer. He was the guy that they get the rocket launcher from. That's like, oh, like the water's rising. Oh.
That was him?
Yeah. that was
Holy
him.
shit. I did
And
not
also,
realize
if
that.
you're a Check It Out fan, Turplo or whatever, the crazy old guy in those episodes, he's in this movie, and he actually plays like a normal person. So I assume he went crazy when he got old. But anyways,
Probably. Yep. Then
Not to mention the fact that this was co-written by
I was
Darabont.
just about to say it.
Yeah.
Screenplay by Chuck Russell and Frank Darabont, which that was fucking awesome. I did not realize that.
Yeah, I have a feeling that's why we got DeMunn.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I think even at that point, he had some kind of relationship with Darabont.
And I did not get the special effects artist. Did anybody else?
there's a bunch of them. I thought.
Tony Gardner and Lyle Conway were the two names that I got.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Yep, it starts off with Shawnee Smith looking hot as hell in a cheerleading outfit, like I
Pervert.
said earlier. Then, get Kevin Dillon's mullet trying to jump his bike.
You know what? When I was every time Kevin Dillon came on, he looks like a fucking super hardcore metal dude for that era. They should have incorporated what Randy would have hung out with that guy.
No.
What are you talking about with the fucking?
He was the bad boy. Come on now, Randy.
the metal look. You've been like want to talk metal to me.
I'm sure he probably didn't listen to anything good.
No Slayer for back then. Like
Well,
Striper.
that's when Slayer was like at their peak, basically.
Oh, in fucking Firehouse didn't even come out yet. So
Firehouse the band?
yeah,
No, they'd been around.
in 80. Oh, it's 88.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
88.
So he listened to shit like that, Faster Pussycat stuff.
Yeah,
like
he
that.
probably listened to garbage shit like Faster Pussycat.
But yeah, the synopsis of this is very simple. Meteor comes from the...
It's
from
the Blob.
Yep, falls from the sky.
That's the fucking everyone
Cracks
knows
open,
it.
the blob crawls out, and then just starts wreaking havoc upon the town. And
It
swallowing
grows
exponentially.
after each victim.
Well, I love that the something falls from the sky scene that so many films in the 80s
Yep.
had, like Predator and The Thing.
Killer Clowns from
Creep
Outer
Show.
Space.
and
I was
Killer
gonna say
Clowns.
we talked about that in our sci-fi horror episode with Deadly
Yeah.
Spawn, and
Yeah.
I made sure to put a note about that too. Just like, yep, here's your typical. Oh, look, there's something that crashed. Let's go look at it.
Creep Show. Did you say Creep Show?
I did see
Yep.
Creep Show.
All right.
We have this pretty simple plot, but if you haven't seen this by now, you fucking should.
That is fucking really good. That's perfect pitch.
But you also get poor man's Carl Weathers with the mechanic. He's so
Poor
reminded me.
man's car. He does, yeah. He did look like someone that you'd have to look up and is like, oh, I was thinking of Carl Weathers.
Racist.
They
No,
don't
I
all
didn't
look
say
the
they all
same.
look the same. I'm just saying he looked like Carl Weathers.
One of Darabont's little... Everybody knows